Hi, this is Martin Shervington, and I'd like to show you one of the most incredible features of Google+, and that is the Hangouts. Hangouts are video conferencing with up to 10 people in the room, and they're pretty incredible to experience when you have that many because they're real time and it really feels like a new form of communication. So let me just begin by showing you where the buttons are. So on the sidebar here, if you look, you go to More, and very often you're going to find that the Hangouts will be here, but you can drag and drop the Hangouts into the sidebar. And in fact, you can move any of the icons around to suit where you'd rather have them be. So now we see the Hangouts. I'm going to click and it will take me to another screen. Then I'm going to come across and press Start a Hangout. So this is the Start a Hangout screen. The first thing I want to do is to decide who to invite. So if I click in here, and you can see I have a few options. If I chose my circles, that would invite everybody that is in my circles. If I chose public, you'll see here that this allows anyone on Google Plus to join. And once you've shared it public, it can't be undone. So you've got to use that one with care. Or I could go extended circles. Extended circles is anyone who my circles have in their circles, and it will allow them to join the Hangout. Alternatively, I can just add in individuals' names. So, for instance, I'll add in Linda D. I can also add in email addresses, which is very useful for people who haven't fully embraced Google Plus yet. So, as it happens, on this one, I'm going to invite a few people from a circle, which I have here, the Camuglin circle, and go from there. Next, I'm going to name the Hangout, and this is the Camuglin Hangout. I have a choice whether I enable Hangouts on air. If I click this box, it would allow anybody on YouTube to see the content as it's happening live. It would also then allow me to save this Hangout onto the YouTube channel that it is attached to. Now, as you can see, Hangouts on air requires a verified YouTube account. I just want to introduce the idea here that you can verify your account, you can link up your YouTube account and your Google Plus account and get that benefit there. But we're not going to do that now. We're just going to uncheck that. We're going to press Hangout and go from there. So this is the Hangout. Now, as you can see, we are waiting for people to enter this Hangout. So I'm just going to give you a quick tour on the features whilst we're waiting. So the first thing to do is to look at a few of the buttons. If I press this button here, collapse the apps, you see that it takes the sidebar here down to smaller icons. Click it back and it comes back. Next to that, you can see that we can change the name of the Hangout. Now this one's called Camuglin, and I think we'll leave it at that for now, but if at any point I want to change it, then I can. Next, we can see invite people. If I click that, you'll see that this familiar screen comes up and I can invite people from my circles. I can also click on an individual's name, for instance like Gary Sohn here, and his name will appear and I can send out the invite there. Whilst we're on this screen, I can also show you, if I click on telephone, you'll see that I can enter a telephone number and dial them into the Hangout so they can join us in Hangouts as well. So this connects up with Google Voice. You may need to add funds depending upon where you are, but this is again all part of Google Plus and how it integrates the products and services of Google. Let's close that now. And next, on the side, we can see there's a chat function. If I click on chat, there is a chat that appears. We call that the side chat, and you can type in, hey there, and your face comes up next to what you say. So this is a great way for interacting with people whilst they're in the room and you don't have to speak. So it means that if somebody's talking, you don't have to speak over them. And you'll regularly find there are side chats going on back and forth in the Hangouts. Next we have screen share. If I click on screen share, you will see that I can show the contents of my screen depending upon what I want people to see. Now this is really handy if you just want to quickly show people a website or for a presentation, you can use it for that as well. Now I'd like to show you Google Effects. If I click on Google Effects, it brings up a side box here You see it says sounds, and if I click here, it will go to headwear, and I click again, it will go to eyewear. Now these add an overlay onto your image, onto your moving image, your video, when you are in the Hangouts. And I'll let you play with those yourself, but let's just go back to sounds. If you find it goes a little quiet, you might find that you put a cricket sound on, and let's say somebody does an absolutely hilarious joke, and you say, thank you very much. So you can use those and just have a little bit of fun. Let's now have a look at what will probably be one of the most utilized resources within Google Hangouts, particularly for people who aren't looking at just hanging out or wanting to do business. What you can do is, if you look at YouTube, you click onto the YouTube app, and you can watch the same movie in the Hangout with all your friends from all over the world. It could be the same city, or it could be a family, or whoever. Now this means you share the experience. This will tie into Google TV as well. So anyway, there we go. That's just a quick introduction, and it's on your sidebar. If it happens not to be on your sidebar, then all you need to do is you go to Add Apps, and you can scroll through and add in any of these apps. You can see YouTube there, but also we've got Google Drive. Now I'm going to add this one into Hangouts. So imagine this for a second. You're working with a team of people all over the world, and you want to collaborate on a particular document or project. Well, what you can do is you can use the app in the Hangouts, and you can be sharing the screen and working on the document at the same time together. That is pretty phenomenal. So there we go, that's the Google Drive app. There are a lot more apps that you can add in, and as I said, if you go through Add Apps, you're going to find many that are going to suit your need. If you want to add in, for instance, a lower third, there's an awesome app here that is also contained in a toolbox, which is called the Hangout Toolbox, that will allow you to do many things and have a lot of flexibility in the Hangouts. But as this is a quick introduction, I just want to give you an overview that this is where you find them all. Right, next, as you see up here, we've got a little green bar. If I speak too loudly, it goes red. So this tells me a good indication of whether my volume is around about right for the room. Next to that, I can mute the microphone. As you see, the image comes up in the corner, and I can unmute myself as I want. Next to that, you can turn the camera on and off, which will just black out your screen. And then we see a little cog, which is familiar because you have a cog in Gmail as well. So you've seen this before, so we just click on the cog, and this time it allows us to change the settings for the camera, for the microphone, and also for the connection. Now, at the moment we're on a fast connection, and if I want to drop that down to slow connection, it will usually improve the performance of the Hangout. And then when we want to save it, we would just press save. And finally, you see the little telephone call. Because Hangouts are a new form of communication, this is going to be like the telephone potentially in the future, with more people collaborating from all over the world, getting together, friends and family, every way we want to use it. It's really going to be down to your imagination and your connections, and building your network on Google Plus is going to play a role as well. So there we go. If we wanted to step out, we press exit. Finally, I want to show you the effect of having a lot of people in the room with Hangouts. So I know people are just about to arrive, and this is a fun show that we do on a Sunday. I hope you enjoy it. Hi, this is Martin Shervington, and the show is Are You Canoodling? I was in a Hangout this morning, my time, and I had the snoring of Larry Familia, and I had the snoring of George Sepich. The pair of them. One of them, Larry, was sat on the sofa, lying on the sofa, kind of all like this, and George was on the chair, like that. So I'm not surprised. George can move.
Yeah, so I think
we know you too well, the pair of you.